My father and his brothers work too hard. The 8-inch pipe can be directly twisted off. Fortunately, this is Pakistan, a country where everything can be repaired. It only takes 3,000 rupees to restore the factory settings. How is such an affordable price achieved? The answer is hidden in this repair shop in Peshawar. The pipe in front of the furniture is broken like this. The strength of the welding will not only fail to meet the requirements, but the original length will definitely be shortened. In this case, the master is going to use steel rods to replicate the furniture. Considering that the corner joints need to be vertically 90 degrees, the cutting is smooth and smooth. Although such cutting will cause the furniture to become shorter, it can be compensated by steel rods later. That is why the master is confident in cutting boldly. In order to keep the length of the upper and lower aggravations consistent, the steel rods must be aligned horizontally first, so that the position of the marking line can be completely accurate when drawing the line. But it is obvious that the steel rod is a cylinder. The hard condition of the tool is a plane, so the master needs to cut the steel rod. The slow force of the Rowan knife on the surface can also cut out the required plane. This is the wisdom of their Pakistani predecessors. Even if the repair shop cannot afford imported washing beds, just give them a general lathe. Master Kistan will definitely not let you down. The bed is also a basic operation. After the master's skilled cutting, the other side of the steel bar can also be processed into a plane of the same area, restoring the appearance of the furniture to a large extent. It is the real restoration of the factory settings. After the preliminary work of the steel bar is completed, Fu also takes the front of the pipe for comparison. The main purpose is to refer to the spacing of the furniture teeth. Make necessary marks on the plane of the steel plate. This is the key to processing the teeth. Then fix it on a special bracket and correct its levelness through a level ruler. Use a spring roller to drive through the claw plate of the lathe. In this way, a set of combinations can realize the function of the ruler washer. Then the turning tool on the spring roller can be used to wash out the tooth groove position. With the continuous washing of the spring roller, although the appearance of the steel plate teeth has been formed, burrs cannot be avoided by cleaning. The master uses an angle grinder to grind it carefully, which shows his rigor for details. However, in order to avoid shaking, it has been welded to the bracket before, and the welding bars on both sides need to be simply polished and removed. At this time, the circle, 2 planes. The problem is solved. Because this hook groove needs to match the color of the furniture, the cutting of the ant corrosion is very rough. Therefore, the master first uses a drill bit with a number to make a hole. The sample hole position can be used as a reference for cutting so that the sheep ant can cut a straight line to prevent the groove from being too large to be completely clamped and fixed. After the groove of the steel bar is cut out, because the original furniture has been bent and deformed, it does not affect the subsequent use. The master uses a hydraulic press to make a simple correction to ensure that the original flatness can be restored. Now the processed round steel can be docked. In order to keep the joint at 90 degrees vertical, it is necessary to use a square ruler to repeatedly compare and confirm before welding. The deviation of the angle affects the clamping of the pipe. After the gap is fully welded, since welding scars will also affect the aesthetics of furniture, the raised parts need to be polished flat with the help of an angle grinder. Although the furniture has become a hole, the joint is the most stressed position before the pipe. Considering the subsequent durability of the furniture, a twist drill is needed to drill holes. The main purpose is to embed anchors into the holes. It can improve the strength of the joint between the two. In order to make the whole pipe look like new, the master also needs to use a grinder to polish and remove rust. The spray-free paint cannot adhere to the surface. Although they use an ordinary self-spraying machine, the paint effect is also very good. While waiting for the paint to dry, the master also uses engine oil to brittle the furniture. This is because the contact surface of the teeth on the original cylinder is very small. When the hardness does not meet the requirements, brittleness can improve the performance of the teeth and make the overall hardness increase. At the same time, the furniture that has been cooled by engine oil is heated for the second time at high temperature. The first step is the common tempering process to offset the internal stress of the brittle fire and the original toughness of the original furniture. Then the surface was completely covered with spray paint. No welding marks could be seen. This 48-inch large-scale pipe money was repaired by the master. What do you think of its strength?